Hello and welcome to the stream. My name is Liz. This is Coffee with Liz. It is where you get to hang out with like-minded individuals from all over planet Earth. If you enjoy the hobbies that are treasure hunting, if you're a metal detectorist, magnet fisher, gold prospector, bottle digger, dump digging, someone who explores, coin roll hunting, you name it, those people are all taking part in the stream today, and you get to chat and hobnob with them. So how cool is that? Right on, right on. If that is something that gets you all warm and excited, then please consider subscribing to my channel. And when you do, you gotta hit that notification bell, because if you don't tell YouTube you want to be advised whenever I go live or upload a video, they're not gonna tell you. Simple as that. So right on, right on. Everyone, please take a second. I don't even think it takes a second. Hit the like button on this stream. It not only helps the stream to rank a little bit higher, but just one day we might be suggested on someone's homepage when they log on. And if they do, my goodness, the number of people in that chat is going to explode. And that is always, always a good thing. You are in for a treat today because I have a guest. Mike from GR8 Finds will be hopping on the stream at about 10:15 after I get all the hellos out of the way. So, yeah, I need to say hello to you, because if you weren't there, well, it'd be Miley and I. So right on, right on. All right. Todd Carson. Todd was the very, very first person in the chat this morning. Todd, thank you so very much for joining. Gotta say, he was followed swiftly along by Linda Wallace. Linda, good morning. Linda's having a tea this morning. Tea's okay. Tea's definitely okay. I am having a coffee, and I've been advised that I will not have a refill this morning. Oh my goodness. Lovely, lovely to have a coffee on a cold morning. Who else is here? Flash in your pan. That is Ed. Ed, thank you so very much for joining me today. Right on, right on. Let's go down that list. Peterson PP, metal detecting from the Czech Republic in the house. So we got Canada, we got the United States, and now we have the Czech Republic. So right on, right on. Wonderful. Gotta say, Peter finds some amazing coins and relics, old stuff. Do yourself a favor, check out Peterson PP Metal Detecting. Watch some of his videos, leave some comments, and subscribe if you like that sort of thing. So right on, right on. Andrew T. In the house. He says, good morning. It's coffee time. Yes. It is coffee time. Straight up metal detecting. That is Mr. Tripwire in the house today. Now, for the month of November, he was his metal detecting, his finds and stuff that he thought was really, really cool and that he wanted to keep. He was getting funds to donate to St. Jude's. I've not seen his video where he adds up the total, but wonderful. Tripwire, straight up metal detecting, wonderful thing that you do for St. Jude's Children's Hospital. Wonderful. You are to be commended, sir. Right on, right on. 2 taverns. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let's try that again. Ready? All right. 2 taverns Todd. 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 In the house. He says, me be lazy today. That's okay. That's all right. You can be lazy. You can definitely be lazy. So right on, right on. My good friend Fabio from Italy, the electrician-free territory of Trieste. Fabio, wonderful. Fabio has a back injury, but he is listening. He is lying in bed. And Fabio, I hope that you recover soon. Back injuries are not something that that is nice. Definitely not nice. So I hope that you do recover quickly and you are back on your feet. Who else? Soggy's Adventures is also here. So right on. Soggy's Adventures. Right on. Great to have you here. My guest, 𝗥𝗔𝗗𝗓𝗪𝗢𝗥 Finds, is already chatting in the chat. Right on. Who else is here? Jean P is here. That's who's here. Wonderful to have you here. Do appreciate that. Steve Shepard. Steve Shepard also in the house today. Steve, wonderful to have you here. 𝗫𝗪𝗓𝗪𝗪𝗡𝗛 Metal Detecting. 𝗫𝗪𝗓𝗪 Metal Detecting in the house. Right on. Wonderful. Two Taverns Todd has placed an order with the powers that be. He says mocha java whipped cream with cinnamon, please. Right on. Adventure for Relics says, good morning, everyone. Adventure for Relics. Great bottle digging, dump digging channel. Right on. Stories from the Signal. Patrick. Also in the house today. Patrick, good morning to you, sir. Wonderful to have you here. The Piney Man. Right on with his little pine trees. Right on. Piney Man in the house. Great to have you here. Do appreciate that. Mona is here. Oh my goodness, a starry red. Starry's. Thank you, Starry, for sending your peeps over. Do appreciate that. Mona, welcome to the stream. Great to have you here. Right on. John Harvey. My goodness. Wonderful to have you in the chat today. John went out on Friday. I was not able to join. John. So yeah, that happened. Stacia R says hello, Digging Canuck and group. Wonderful to have you here. Mona is like major coffee emojis. Right back at you, Mona. Right on. Enjoy that coffee. Wonderful. Mona wants more coffee now, right? Wonderful. Let's see. Looter 8. How did I miss you, Looter 8? My goodness. Looter 8 in the house. Father, son, bottle digging, dump digging, metal detecting, magnet fishing channel. Wonderful to have you here. So that is Frank and or Tyler. Frank and or Tyler, or both. Wonderful to have you here. Wonderful. Scrolling down the list. I don't want to miss anybody. I do not want to miss anybody. Oh my goodness. Swamp Fox is here. Wonderful to have you here, Swamp Fox. Who else is here? Ron Stig in the Midwest is here. That's who's here. Hello, Ron. Welcome to the stream. He is having strong coffee, black coffee, no milk, no cream, no nothing. Right on. Wonderful. Cheers to that. Cheers to black coffee. Cheers to strong coffee. Yeah. I tell you, I tell you. Who else is here? Let's see. My friend Silver Treasures. Hello, Silver. From the, my goodness, probably cold Russia. Russia in the house. Truly international. Right on, right on. I do appreciate all of my international viewers. And I gotta say, and you've heard me say this before, never be afraid to watch a channel from another country that you do not speak or understand the language, because finds are finds anywhere on the planet, and stuff that they find on the other side of the planet may not be stuff that we find on this side of the planet. So it's always wonderful to broaden your horizons and watch other stuff. All you got to do when you watch these channels, and especially their live streams, just have two windows open. You can have the Google Translate open on the one side, and then you can even talk in the chats by just, flipping back and forth to Google Translate. It's not a difficult thing, really isn't. So I encourage you all to check out channels from other parts of the world in which you do not speak the language, because you're missing out. You're missing out on stuff. Totally missing out on stuff. Who else? Nightbot's in the house. Oh my goodness. I think I have said hello to everyone. I think I have. See that right there? See that? Ed says he does that all the time. Very easy. Have a second window open on your computer, and universal translator. It doesn't get any better. It doesn't get any easier than that. So yeah, do that. Right on. Excellent. I am going to have another, you know what? All right. Now before we chat with our guests, I just want to say, for all of you that are on Instagram, because I am no longer on Facebook, if you are on Instagram, gotta say, I've been getting some weirdo notifications. I do not communicate in any shape or form through Instagram Messenger. I do not do that. If I need to get a hold of somebody, or if somebody needs to get a hold of me, please contact me through email, which is my Gmail address. I don't know what's going on Instagram, but it keeps saying that, oh, so-and-so liked your message. And I'm like, well, I didn't send so-and-so a message. So if you get weirdo stuff from me on Instagram, I do not believe it's me. Well, I can tell you it's not me, because I do not communicate through Instagram. So enough said. If you need to get a hold of me for anything, let me put it up on, actually, you know what? I'm just going to put it up on the screen. Where is it? I don't know. There. If you need to get a hold of me for anything, doesn't matter what it is, you just want to say, hey, or you found something, whatever, doesn't matter. Or whatever, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Contact me through diggingcanuck@gmail.com. Don't send me a message. Please do not send me a message on Instagram, because I'm probably not going to get it. All right. Oh my goodness, who just came on here? Somebody came on here. Let's put this back. Who just came on here? Somebody just joined the stream. Oh my goodness, it's Andy. Andy, how the heck are you? Right on. Lost Boys. My goodness, Andy. I would absolutely love to have you as a guest on Coffee with Liz one Sunday, when you're not out detecting, or when you have a spare morning. hit me up with an email. I would absolutely love to chit chat with you. So oh my goodness. Wonderful. Wonderful. All right. So, like I said about Instagram, if you need to get a hold of me, the only way to get a hold of me is through Gmail, diggingcanuck@gmail.com. I don't want you to get your accounts hacked or something because somebody maybe hacked mine. I really don't know. But like Jean says, there are lots of bots and scammers, even on YouTube. Exactly. Just be very, very careful and scrutinize where the message came. You can even check to see the actual email address that it was received from, because there's lots of scamming going on. That seems to be like, the big thing these days is scamming. So right on. All right. Andy says you got, what is going on here? Oh my goodness.
Saying B E N D.
Boom, 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 boom. Mona, holy smokes. Wow. Mona. Wow. Thank you so much for that. Super chat, Mona. My goodness. Not required, but very, very much appreciated. My goodness. Everything from YouTube, whether it's like when you watch the videos and the commercials, that as well as super chats, everything goes right back into the channel for giveaways, postage, stuff to give away, equipment, transportation, and that sort of thing. So thank you, Mona, for that. I do appreciate that. Oh my goodness. Where are they? Right there. Malaysia, Metal Detector is in the house. My goodness, I've lost. So we have Canada, we have USA, we have Italy, we have the Czech Republic, we have Malaysia, we have Russia. Oh my goodness. Truly international Canuck nation. Truly international. And I appreciate each and every one of you. And I am continually blessed. I do thank you for that. Really thank you. Just came in. Somebody else just came in. No. Who came in? Oh my gosh. Liam Lutz Hamilton. Liam, a junior detectorist, local detectives who have had the pleasure to detect with many times, and I hope to detect with him many more times. Right on. Mike, great finds. Click on that link. Let's get you up on the couch. Right on. Oh my goodness, wonderful. Wonderful. Let's see. I think is Starry here? Starry's lost and found? I think he is. Oh, he clicked on it and it didn't work. Oh my, we have problems. Oh wow. Okay, hang on there, Mike. We'll try this again. How about Mike? All right, I'm going to put the link in the chat. The link in the chat is for Mike Great Finds. All right, let's try it that way, because for some reason it didn't work through email. So let's do it right now. All right, Mike, the link is in the chat. Oh, let's try this. Oh, hope this works. My goodness, otherwise we have trouble. this works. I hope this works. My goodness. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. 𝗥𝗔𝗗𝗧𝗏 finds. 𝗥𝗔𝗗𝗧𝗏 finds. 𝗥𝗔𝗗𝗧𝗏 finds. 𝗥𝗔𝗗𝗧𝗏 finds. You are the next contestant on The Price is Right. Oh my. Why isn't this working? Oh my goodness. Yes. The suspense is too much. Oh, I think it's gonna. Oh, it's working. It worked. Right on, right on, right on, Andy. All right, let us bring Mike up. Oh my goodness. Hello.
Hey, thank you.
All right, let's go this. Looks like we're gonna go that way. All right, that's better. Mike, can you hear me?
Yep, we're good. As long as you can hear me.
I can totally hear you, Mike. What wonderful to have you here. Now, for those of you who might be in the chat, Mike, and who are not familiar with you or your channel, just can you give us a brief little, synopsis about who you are and what you do?
Yeah, I'm a treasure hunter like a lot of people are. I search for relics, anything in the ground. Also, I'm a thrifter. I try to find things in antique shops and thrift stores, and I resell them. Sometimes I keep things I can't sell. So, yeah, I'm basically just an all-around guy that loves history too. I mean, that's probably the heart of what I do. It started out, I've always studied the history of military or anything really, and it just kind of brings it to life when you find things, from. What's also nice is sometimes you actually make discoveries that, can possibly help, write some of that history too. Like me and a friend were hunting a Gettysburg location. I posted the video a couple weeks ago, I think it is. And we both have the same permission, and we've hunted this area a lot. It's the same area I found artillery shells from the Civil War, and we found a lot of fired Civil War bullets in that area, and it looks like it's an unknown skirmish site from Gettysburg, and we're supposed to be talking to one of the historians in Gettysburg about that, to let them know. So that's one thing I do this for, is to, help bring history back, and and it's important that we try to get this to the younger generation too, because it seems like a lot of them aren't interested in it, and metal detecting is one of those ways we can do that. Yes. we can teach history, but yet that might be boring. When you do the detecting, it kind of brings it, they see that in their own hands and things. So that's what I do this for that reason as well.
Yeah. Now, would you say your primary area of detecting is Civil War stuff?
No, I don't want to be one dimensional. That is my passion, but I mean, I hunt anything. I even want to start doing some like parks and stuff, because I want to start finding more rings and things like that. I mean, it is great to find the Civil War items, but I mean, you got to be. It's nice to find other things too. Like I just hunted my yard the other night. It was funny. I was bored one evening. It was like 8 o'clock at night, and I see my detector set there. I thought, you know what? I'm gonna go out in my front yard for a little bit and see what I find. I found a silver ring in my yard. I think I showed it on your stream last week, where you thought it might have been cut. It looked like it was cut.
Yes.
So you just never know. So.
Wow, yeah. Gotta say, my front yard, I would probably find construction nails, stuff that was used in the construction of this house.
Yeah, there's a lot of that too. But yeah, that was fun. You just never know what you're gonna find. So yeah, I want to be more well-rounded. I'll start doing some more tot lots and things too. I thought about doing that recently, just to give myself some more variety.
Now you mentioned you mentioned your metal detector. What you're a Garrett person, are you not?
No, I have a Garrett machine I started with, but about 2 years ago, 2.5, 3 years ago, I purchased a MineLab 800, the Equinox, and I've been pretty happy with it. I hear a lot of people having problems with the water and stuff and leaking and things. So far, knock on wood, I've been okay. And I just purchased the. I told you about that. I had a friend who decided she didn't want it anymore because she got a 5x8 Coiltech small coil. So I purchased her used 6-inch coil for the 𝗥𝗚𝗢𝗪𝗢𝗪. I love that 6-inch coil so far. I went back to some areas where I've hit with my 11-inch coil, and that small coil is great for trashy areas. It just picks out, it separates really well. And I found coins and stuff where I missed with the bigger coil. That small coil, if anybody ever can get a smaller coil for the machine, doesn't matter what brand. I mean, it helps separate in trashy areas. If you're in a house site with a lot of nails and stuff, man, them small coils are awesome. They don't go as deep. You don't lose a lot of depth, but it just really helps, you know, getting those small targets that you miss with the bigger coil. So
now, do you have, this is kind of like, because of the news that came out recently, do you have any interest whatsoever in like the new the 700 and the 900 from Minelab?
I probably won't as of right now. I mean, I don't really see the point. I mean, I'm pretty happy with what I'm going with right now with the 800. I don't really know. I mean, you never know. You know, I might get, it just doesn't. I mean, I'm not really a particular, like some people are diehard. I want what this machine, you know, for me, it's not about the machine. I think it's doing your research and your technique over your targets, and get, you know, it's not always about the machine. I can go out and find stuff with a basic Radio Shack machine if you just do what you're, you know, take your time and go slow and listen to the machine. I mean, it does help when you have a better machine, but you know, it's like anything. And I've gotten to where my machine, when I hear a target, I know it's going to be a Civil War bullet because I've dug some of them. And I tell you, when you have a machine, it's like anything. You get used to it and almost becomes your friend, you know. So you don't want to break that friendship and try something else. Sounds silly, but
no, it's true. When you become one with your detector, you, like you said, it's like you'll be swinging on something, you're like, oh, that's a bullet, because you know that it's a bullet.
Right. Yeah. It's just you get used to it, and it still fools me every now and then. I mean, with this hobby, I learn all the time because I am considering purchasing something in the future. They're pretty expensive, but I would like to get what's called a pulse induction machine. And that reason is because I do plan to hunt some soils down in Virginia that have a lot more mineralization, and those machines can really pick out targets in bad soil. I'll give you an example. Me and Aquachigger have been hunting a site in West Virginia. We've pounded it. It's where I found my gold coin at, and I found over 400 Civil War bullets in this area, and we thought we had hit it so hard. Well, he wanted to try out his new Garrett machine. It's a pulse induction. It's called the Axiom. I don't know if you heard that machine.
Yes.
And he pulled 8 bullets out of a spot that we have totally just hammered, and that soil's bad. So, and my machine wouldn't even pick that up.
Yeah.
You know, I did get 2 bullets that day, but that's because I've hunted that spot so much and I know it well, and I know my machine well. But those pulse inductions are nice for soil like that when it's they're mainly meant, those pulse induction machines were designed for gold prospecting, like out west in the desert and stuff, for looking for nuggets and things. But when you get in that soil down in Virginia, man, it really helps pick out those targets. Now, the only downfall to a pulse induction is you don't get that discrimination.
Exactly.
You'll be digging a lot of nails and stuff, but it does help, you know, for other types of things. So, but they're pretty expensive.
Yeah, they're extremely high end. Extremely. I don't think everybody is. That's not a detector for everybody. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's right. Todd just said you dig everything. I see his comment. That's true. You just dig everything.
Yes, definitely.
I mean, the other day I dug there was a 10 showing up on the machine, and you know, normally you think, oh, I don't really want to dig these low tones because it could be foil or a piece of, you know, just a little piece of 10 or something. And I dug it, and it was a piece of a Civil War fuse. So you got to dig it. So
Exactly. Now, you mentioned earlier, you briefly touched on research. Research, is that a big portion of what you do in order for you to get on some of these sites?
yeah, and also, yeah, the research I'd say is about 75% of it, and some of it's luck, and some of it's just, you know, I get an intuition about a site. The one I hit up my way in the Chambersburg area, it's part of the Gettysburg campaign, and I just basically I knew where the soldiers might have been. There was a stream down about 300 yards away, and then you got a railroad right there and the field next to it. My intuition was, hey, if I was here, I would camp here because you have the main road. You can watch the road. You can watch supplies coming in from the railroad, and you got a water source. And my very first signal was a Civil War button in that field. So that's how I and that wasn't really something I researched. I just kind of went with my gut feeling about it, and sometimes that actually helps too. So some of it's just luck too, but I do a lot of research. I have books. I don't know if I have that book sitting here handy. I could show you. You got a second, Liz?
Sure, I have a second. Absolutely.
I don't know where I put that. That book should be like right here, but I don't know where it's at. It's a book that shows troop movements and stuff during the Civil War, and I get it off. Now, of course, it's got to be private land. You can't hunt park property and government property. That's a big no-no. So basically, I go knock on the door and just ask about detecting. And really, what I do is when I knock on the door, I always step back 3 or 4 feet. It's nice to have a business card when you do that, because I don't like looking at somebody in the eye right when I'm doing that. That gives them something to look at while you're talking to them instead of just staring at you. So I have a business card I give them, and then I go into my speech, and then they're sitting there reading it. And then, you know, a lot of times I try to stress that it's all about the history. I'm not doing this to make money or anything like that, which is true. I'm just doing it to get stuff out of the ground, and I offer the items to the landowners. I offer like sometimes I'll even bring a display case of some of the things I found. Yeah. And I said, this is kind of an example of what I could put together for you as a landowner. And they're like, wow, that's really cool. Thanks for doing that. So then a lot of times I get a yes, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Now, Mike, you sent you emailed some photos. Can we go through those if I bring them up on the screen?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay. And then I know you have some stuff that you'd actually like to show us as well, like that.
Yeah, I'll show it in person. I don't know how well it'll show up on the camera, but we'll see. Yeah.
All right. Can I pop this up on the screen and then we'll just go through them?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. All right. There you go. Let's try and get this. Let me see if I can make this big. There you go. Probably a bit of a delay.
Yeah, that's okay. That is an item I found in a house.
Sorry, you found that at a house site, and it's a Sons of the Civil War Veterans Medal.
Yeah, from 1891. They would have a ribbon on it, and then you know the ribbon. You'll see the little loop on the back where the ribbon would have been.
Tell me when you can see the other side, because I know there's like okay, all right, because there's like a 6-second delay.
Yeah. But that was about 2 years ago. One of my first metal.
They're saying that you have an echo. So how about we do? Okay, hang on. Let's try this again. Let's try this one more time. Try this. This should work. I'm not adding any. All right, let's put this up there. All right, try that and tell me if you have an echo.
No, not now.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that was, I had the wrong thing ticked off. All right.
Yeah, I kept hearing myself talk.
All right. What about that? That looks pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a lot better. Yeah, that if you look, it's hard to see, but the date is down at the bottom of it. Oh yeah, that is a camp that I'm hunting. I've been hunting for a long time. That's in outside of Gettysburg. That area. A lot of people think of Gettysburg as Civil War, but there's also some World War I era history there too. They trained a lot of World War I troops in that area too. And
Okay.
that's a watch fob from some of the activity there that they gave out to the soldiers. I found that it's damaged a little bit, but it's nice that it's still you can still read it. And that's one of the pieces. Like I've learned that you don't clean anything with water, because if I would have cleaned that piece there with water, it would have just took all that. It would have darkened it up. And then there were some barber dimes I found in that location.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mike. I kind of flipped when you said about the water. So the only thing that you would recommend, and this is probably for everybody, because there's a lot of people out there who probably don't have too much experience with metal detecting, but silver, you can definitely use water on, but everything else, just be cautious of putting water on it.
I just use a toothbrush or a toothpick or my fingernail and just kind of let it, when I get a copper coin, especially like a large cent, you let them dry out and basically clean it off with your fingernail a little bit and a toothpick when you get home. And then it sounds really bizarre, but I've learned, Chig taught me, he uses a little bit of facial grease to wipe on the coin. It sounds really weird, but it makes that design, that little bit of detail that's on that coin just pop out and you can see it better. So what he's saying is once it's once you've cleaned it with your either a toothpick or something, just because I've seen him like kind of touch his nose and then he'll use that the facial whatever you want, grease or whatever it is, the face to just bring up the high relief on the coin, and it helps you to see the details a bit better. Yeah, and if you notice on that piece that has the Gettysburg on it, you can still see a little bit of the dirt in the grooves of the letters. And that's why you don't want to clean it with water, because you want to leave a little bit of that dirt in the little grooves, because it kind of brings out, if that dirt didn't stay inside them numbers and letters, you wouldn't see it.
That's true. Yes.
It's kind of weird. You think, oh, do I really want to leave dirt on an item? Well, yeah, you kind of want to leave it right there in them spots because it brings out the detail. If that wasn't in there, when you put water on it, that would disappear and you wouldn't see it unless you used a magnifying glass or something.
Exactly. And as well, if you were to add water, like remember that these items have been in the ground, and yes, they have been wet from rain, but there's no air in the ground because you need air, oxygen, and with the moisture to make rust. So when you take it out, if you're going to start putting water on it, then water and air mix, and you're going to get rust or whatever on your relic, and that's not a good thing.
No, I think water has some kind of a little bit of an acidic, it can destroy the metal too.
All right. Let's see. I think I might have. Hang on here. Here we go. All right. I don't know what happened there. Here you go. This is a nice, I'm showing the US padlock, which is really, really nice. You'll get it soon.
That is a pretty cool padlock. That dates after the Civil War, and the way you can tell is by the way the letters are written. That dates probably to the late 1800s to the early 1900s. That was a place that Patrick from Stories from the Signal had me at out in the country. I was literally right next to the road when I dug that. I mean, I was like dangerously close to traffic. A lot of people stay away from the edge of roads because they don't like the trash, but that's the area I tend to find things. Especially if you're along an old road, because those roads have changed. I mean, there could have been people walking right there, so I like to hit the edge of the road. So there's a lot of pull tabs and trash, but there's treasure mixed in the trash. I have found several Civil War bullets doing that before, because when those soldiers would march, they wouldn't just stay on the road, they would span out. So
That's true. Now, Mike, what have you done to it? It looks like it's in great condition. You just cleaned it with a dry brush or something?
That's all I hit it with. I don't want to do an advertisement here, but I have these Andre pencils. I don't know if anybody ever used these before. I do use those on my items. It comes with, I had a friend give this to me, and I'm going to have to get another one because I'm kind of wearing them out. But this one here has a little wire, like graphite brush at the end of it. That really works well. Yeah. It has detailing tools in it that you can use. It doesn't damage the item. But that lock turned out beautiful.
Oh, it's beautiful. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. You've sent in a couple more. Let's continue. There's a display case now with some stuff. Wow. Really nice. Have you got that on your screen? Oh, where'd he go? Oh my goodness. There he is. Sorry, Mike. I have the display up on the screen right now.
Okay. Yeah, I see it. That is basically, you see the watch fob there in the middle from the camp I told you about. That's some more of the items that were found in that camp. I have many, many more items, but those are some of my favorite pieces.
What about these?
The two silver things. I don't know what those are.
Yeah, I was just going to those. You don't know what those are.
No, they're sterling silver, and I've had several people. That used to be, unfortunately, when I dug it, it broke apart. That used to be one piece. It was brown. So I've had people tell me it looks like the end of a cane.
Oh,
possibly,
okay.
Or off of some silverware. I have no idea, but they are silver, and they gave off an incredible signal. But yeah, it was in the camp where the World War I stuff. What they were doing there in that camp is they were training, like I said, they were training soldiers, and they also, this sounds very interesting, in 1918 when the Spanish flu broke out, when those soldiers, the U.S. soldiers were coming back from France, they wanted to quarantine them somewhere, so they quarantined them in this camp. So some of this stuff is also from the Spanish flu camp there. They had the quarantine camp. That's an awesome piece. That is actually a Army Corps of Engineers insignia hat badge, the castle thing. If nobody knows what that is. And then we're moving on here. Oh, actually, okay, never mind. But yeah, there's a little bit of a delay here. But yeah, that castle piece is brass. That gave off an awesome tone.
I bet. Now I think we have some kind of a what is this? Some sort of a shell.
Yeah, that's the artillery shell that I dug in the Gettysburg location that I've been hunting. That was, if anybody wants to see the video, it was crazy. It was my arm was all the way into the ground up to my shoulder. It was that deep. I'm surprised the Equinox picked it up that deep, but it picked it up at about 2.5 feet. That is a Schenkel artillery shell, and if you see in the center there where the hole is, there's the fuse on the front. It's patented 1861, October 16th, and that was designed by a fellow named J.P. Schenkel. And the hole that's in the side, they are considered live. So I had Aquachigger. He's very good at that type of thing, and I trust him, and I had him do that for me. He drilled that shell. So there's nothing in it now. It's completely empty. He has a process he does where he puts it in water. He has a bunker. It's safe. He has a remote control that controls the drill. So he's nowhere near the artillery shell when he does that. It's pretty amazing what he does. So yeah, but that's a Gettysburg artillery shell that would have been fired July 2nd of 1863. So I actually can put the history with it. I can even drive. Now, what's amazing is where I'm finding these shells at is on private land, but where it was fired from is park property. So I'm finding this stuff in a Confederate location. These are Union pieces, okay? So I'm finding the Union stuff in a Confederate position that's not on the property. The park didn't acquire and preserve all of that land around there. And unfortunately, the reason I've gotten permission in this area is in the next 2 to 3 years, they have proposed to build brand new homes in this area. And I will give them permission to get in here and try to save as much history as I can.
Yeah, that's really important.
And the builders aren't too actually thrilled about there being live possible shells in that area.
I guess not. I guess not.
This one here you're showing, the real rusty one, that's another artillery shell. That's called a Hotchkiss shell. So it's a different type. They were firing a lot of different types of shells. And this one's been drilled too, of course. You can see the front, the hole in it. There's nothing dangerous about this. That's my next step. I want to start doing some electrolysis to these pieces so I can get them cleaned up and looking really good. So I'm going to put out some videos here soon showing the process of that, because I've never tried the electrolysis, and I'm kind of excited about trying it. So.
I will be eagerly looking forward to that, because I have a cannonball from the that was gifted to me from the War of 1812 that was fired from an American position onto the Canadian position, and it is just rusting. It kind of looks like this, and I would really like to preserve it. So you have to, because it continually just keeps flaking. Like that's what I'm showing you, the one there. I mean, it's the one you're showing in the picture. It's just continually starting to flake away. Yeah, you know, as it. I mean, it's in good. It's in fairly good condition, but it still keeps falling apart. So. So yeah, very important. Oops, where'd he go? There you are. Very important to preserve. I mean, if you're going to save history, you need to preserve history as well, because otherwise, like you said, it's just going to rust.
Yeah, it's all about getting it out of the ground. I mean, some people believe it should stay in the ground, but I mean, what's wrong with bringing it up and enjoying it, you know? So
exactly. Now, I think I have a different kind of a shell up on the screen right now. We'll just wait a couple minutes or a couple seconds for you to see it.
I see it now. Yeah, that's a Hotchkiss shell. Like I said, they were firing a lot of different ones to that location. What was going on was, I'll give a little history. The Confederacy was trying to flank the Union Army. I don't know if you've watched any videos on YouTube about how the Battle of Gettysburg. That they were trying to flank them, come around the backside from the east, and that's why they were firing on this location. Yeah.
Now, a lot of people in the chat are saying that are agreeing with you. Get the stuff out of the ground. I mean, it's history. Just crazy to let these things waste away or never be found. I think that's it. Andrew
T said that Chig does electrolysis and then he boils them in candle wax. Yeah, I'm actually considering, hopefully he'll let me do it. I'm considering taking these to his place and seeing if he'll get me started on the electrolysis for these, because I don't know what I'm doing, to be honest.
Well, yeah, definitely learn from someone, especially I know that somebody mentioned the candle wax thing. You got to know what you're doing, because a candle wax, when you get it to a certain point or a certain temperature, it can actually start a fire. So yeah, please be careful to anybody out there when you do this. Make sure that you have really, really good instructions and you know what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. Because you can actually, Chig was telling me that you can actually, if you don't set these up right, you can actually like cook them. You can do it wrong and it'll just destroy the shell. So.
Now, Mike, I know that you said you had a couple. Do you have a couple things there that you'd like to show us?
Yeah, like I said, I do the thrifting things as well.
Yes.
I sell on eBay. My link to my eBay page is actually on my channel if anybody ever wants to check it out and see something. I do want to say that I have found so many Civil War bullets throughout the years. I have actually started putting a few of them on my eBay account to sell, just to, give people a chance to have something that, somebody dug at a certain location. Don't get me wrong. It's not going to be a lot. It's just after a while you get so much of this stuff and it's like, why not pass it along to somebody else that, wants to collect it. So, I mean, it's kind of nice to do that. It's kind of hard for me to do that, but yet I can't keep everything, forever. So, but I did find something. I decided now that winter's here, I am going to try to get out and metal detect today, but the ground's going to be froze soon. Who knows when? This area I live in is very unpredictable. It could either be really cold or stay nice at, in the 50s. It just depends on this area. But I'm going to start doing some thrifting videos. I think I've told you about that before. Going into places. I went into a shop the other day and I found something very interesting I want to show everybody. I didn't really know what to think of this thing. I don't know if you can see it there in the picture.
Lift it up just a little bit. Up a bit. Yeah. Yeah.
Does anybody know? See, it mounts to the wall. I know exactly what it is. This little canister comes out and it's brass and it has little holes at the top like a salt shaker. There's material in it, so I'm not going to turn it over, but it tells you on the bottom. This is actually a very early fire extinguisher, a small one.
Really?
And this would amount. Yeah, I found that at a shop. I got it for really cheap because I don't think they realized what it was. I've done my research. It is a small shaker fire extinguisher that someone would have had mounted to a wall that had quick access to a small shaker. And then they would just, I don't want to turn it over too much because there's still material in there. I don't know if it's toxic or not, but that's just that's the kind of things I look for when I'm in the shops. And if it's weird and bizarre, I buy it. But this piece here is brass. I would date it's probably pre-1900. I mean, it has that age to it and everything. But yeah, this is the back where it would mount to the wall. Pretty cool little find. I just, sometimes going into a thrift store or an antique shop is a treasure hunt in itself. And with winter coming, there's other ways to, do some videos. And then I found, I don't know if anybody's ever seen these before. Can you tell me what that is, Liz?
Oh, is that like a dentist's thing for teeth?
Yeah, these are 1800s dental extractors. So I always buy them if they're cheap because I get a good amount. I get a good return on stuff like that because it's kind of odd, and a lot of dentists buy things and medical collectors. But yeah, this probably dates to I'd say the 1870s maybe. It's pretty cool. I found another set too.
Oh, where'd he go? Oh my goodness, what do I keep doing? There you go.
So there's another set.
Yeah, antique medical instruments sell extremely well on eBay. Yeah, there are a lot of collectors out there. Lots.
Yeah, and I just I don't know. I like going into the shops and just looking because you never know what you're going to find in the shops.
Now, do you go to just antique stores or do you go to thrift stores or like
everything? Goodwill. I don't know if you probably know who Jocelyn is. I'm friends with her and Drew, crazy lady. She's taken me to. She kind of got me doing this, about a 3 years ago. We went to a Goodwill, and it was awesome. It was a bin place where you could buy stuff and you weigh it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
99 cents a pound. That was awesome. So that kind of got me into this. It's been about 3 years ago. I started, I'd done it before that, but that was really interesting. So I'm going to go back there eventually. That'd be kind of fun. So, but yeah, I don't just go to antique shops. I go to thrift stores. I go anywhere I can find something. I go to yard sales. Been doing this about 10 years total, but the last 3 years really full time heavy. So
you mean thrifting?
Yeah.
And you know what? There's nothing wrong. And like you said earlier about, selling some bullets and stuff like that. Nothing wrong because the thrifting could, maybe it could help you get that PI machine that you're thinking of,
Exactly. Yeah. And that's the thing with selling. I mean, I know a lot of people don't sell their finds, but I know people that did sell their finds, and that was their career. That's what they did. I'm not going to mention his name, but he's pretty famous now, and it's not Aquachigger, but he's a historian that got into the hobby back in the day when Civil War stuff. You can still find stuff, but back in the 70s and 80s when nobody detected as much, you could find a lot of Civil War stuff, and he put himself through college with that. So
wow.
Yeah.
So Mike, have you ever in your thrift stores and that come across an amazing Civil War find in a thrift store or antique shop?
It happens all the time. Ed's asking if I go thrifting with Drew. Like I said, I have went with him and Jocelyn a few times, 3 or 4 times. I mean, if you want, you can check out some of her videos. I'm in a few videos. But it's been a while since they're so busy now. They run a business and it's just so incredibly busy. But he still tries to get out detecting with me every now and then too, whenever he can. But anyway, yeah, I actually have found some cool Civil War items in antique shops. And a lot of my clients I have on eBay are Civil War reenactors that like to buy authentic period stuff, and they use them for living histories. So I have a following on eBay that people do continually buy, like 10 cups. And what you're looking for on a 10 cup, I have one if you got a second here.
Sure, absolutely. Georginius is in the house from Slovenia. I just want to say welcome to Georginius. And Santa Claus himself is also in the chat, as is Queen Bee, Dutch Boy. Anybody else I didn't mention, thank you so much for joining us. We're talking to Mike. Go ahead, Mike.
Oh, hello, Dustin. Anyway, this cup, now this is a reproduction one. I keep it just for my own display. But this is a style cup that the soldiers would have used. And if you look at the top, there's wire loops right here that connect the handle. And the reason they would do that on the camp cups is because when these got hot, these are put together with solder. So if it got hot, these would reinforce the handle so it wouldn't, get too soft. And what you're looking for on a Civil War cup, now keep in mind this is a reproduction, but I just want to give you an example of what you're looking for in the shops. I have found these at yard sales and in antique shops. The bottom of this is flat. Okay, there's no lip around the edge. If it has a lip around the edge, it usually dates to around the 1870s. And during the Civil War, everything had a flat bottom. So if you're ever in an antique shop or a thrift store and you see one that has some definite patina and age, buy them if they're cheap, because a lot of reenactors like to have authentic ones. Now, I could probably sell this as a reproduction and somebody would want it for that, but a lot of them want the originals. But I decided I just kept that one because I liked it. Even though it's a repo, I like the way it looks. But yeah, that's what you're looking for on cups. Coffee pots, same way. Anything 10 is usually a flat bottom. That usually dates to the Civil War. What really got me going into this a few years ago, that's been more than that now, about 5 years ago, I did an estate sale, and the company thought that they didn't know what they had. And I bid on a tub of stuff. It was all military, and come to find out, on the front of this artillery shell, you see this piece here, the brass piece I showed you. That's the brass fuse that screws down into this shell. That sends a charge into the shell. Well, the company didn't know what they had, and they had a whole box of those. And I paid $25 for the box.
Wow!
And I turned around and sold everything for over like $10,000. So that I used that money to invest into doing this, and I started doing it full time. Wow. So that was a $25 investment and sold everything for almost $10,000. So
wow.
You see the shows on TV and storage lockers and find there is stuff out there. Some of that stuff's fake and set up, but there is things you can find out there that you can make a lot of money on. Dustin Dutch Boy knows. He's in the same type of business that I do. He's been doing it a while too. He knows what I'm talking about. So, but yeah, that was probably the best. that was awesome. So
that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy. What about old photos? Somebody, Two Taverns Tad oh my goodness, Two Taverns Todd just mentioned old photos. I see some up on the back of your wall there. Is that something as well that you can find, that you can pick up at thrift stores and in antique shops?
Yeah, I do that as well. Pictures are a tough one. They have to be basically the subject matter. It depends on what's on it. If there's a soldier standing there with a tank or something unusual, like say it's a regiment that they had a dog in their regiment and the dog is pictured with them in the picture, that would be a great example of a great photo. It's different. know?
Mhm.
Now, if you got a group of soldiers that are just standing there and it's just that's what it is, it's not real valuable. It's still awesome to have. I mean, I love them. It tells a
Mhm.
story.
Yes.
It's a moment frozen in time in that picture that I just absolutely love.
Mhm.
As far as just ordinary ones, you know, they're not crazy valuable, but
Mhm.
you know how. You know. I mean, I got a picture. You want me to show you this real neat picture real quick?
Sure.
This is something my father gave me a while back. This picture, I don't know if you can see it real well.
Lift it up a little bit, just a little bit. Oh, okay. Is that like World War I trenches?
That's World War II.
Oh, two. Okay.
And that is a picture of the soldiers getting ready to go to Normandy Beach. And that's a boat. Those soldiers, I don't know if you've seen videos of D-Day in Normandy in France, but that is an actual period photo of them getting ready to storm Normandy Beach right before everything went bad. You know, it wasn't good. You've probably seen the movie Saving Private Ryan.
Yes.
The scene when they're storming up on the beach. Well, this is an actual period photo of them getting ready to do that. You can just imagine what's going through them soldiers' minds. So yeah,
wow,
looks like Marines to me too.
Yeah, that's a moment frozen in time. Like that's an incredible photo. Wow.
I mean,
crazy.
You can't see anybody's faces. Well, there is one. This person here is. It's going to be really hard to see, but they're looking back and they just look so like you can just imagine. Yeah. So, but yeah, I wanted to show that photo. That's an original photo.
Wow,
yeah,
that's
anyway.
crazy picture. Crazy. Now, Mike, I know you said in an email you were thinking of getting out to detect. Are you okay still, or I mean?
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, it was kind of chilly this morning, so I'm kind of letting that chill go down anyway. It gets dark so early now, but I think I'm still going to try to go. Where now, I was gonna. Chig was gonna go, but he can't go today. We are still going to try to get your Christmas greeting done. Did you want to announce that today that you want people to send videos to you for Christmas greetings, or was you going to do that?
That's okay. I guess you just announced it.
Yeah. So I didn't know if you wanted to do that. And I was going to ask you, did you say December 18th is when you need that? Because he was asking me.
The 21st. If you can get it to me before the 21st, that would be perfect. Okay. I don't want to rush anybody or anything like that.
Okay. Yeah, he agreed to do it, so we'll get to that soon.
Wonderful.
That'll be fun.
Now, I would think that you have learned a tremendous amount of stuff about the hobby by digging with Bo.
Yeah, it's been. Yeah, he really gives you a lot of knowledge on stuff. He actually did a video I took when I got the shell done. He did a video. I did a short video of him explaining how these shells work. So if anybody wants to see that, it's in my channel. I don't know enough about how they work. I know a little bit about them, but not a lot.
And like I said earlier, you have to be really, really careful if you dig something that you're not aware of. Just be very, very careful because you don't want to end your life because of a shell.
I was worried about that when I was digging it up. You know, it was like, you know, you hear some people. I had some people say you should have called the cops. I mean, I'm not going to do that. They're going to just destroy it. You know, I don't want them doing that. And luckily I have a connection that can. You know, that I trust with Chig, and I trust that he can drill it and make it safe, you know, so, and they're not going to spontaneously, you have to have heat. These were designed to have anywhere from 500 to 800 degrees for it to actually go off. So they're just like a firework. It has to have some type of charge, a spark. Basically. Yeah, exactly. So they're not just gonna I think people. I mean, you still have to be leery of them, but I think with Hollywood and movies, I think people tend to think when something you know, it don't just blow up. You see cannonballs blowing up in movies and stuff, and that gives people this conception that, you know, they have to have a charge that goes through them.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I mean, you still respect them like they're, you know, they can still go off. I had, you know, some people were afraid to dig them. I'm just, I don't know. I've been around them enough. This thing here, what was really bizarre was I don't know if you've seen the video. It gave off a 16-15 on the 𝗥𝗚𝗚𝗡𝗛𝗡𝗏. Now the fuse didn't even register because it was like 2.5 feet deep. What I was picking up was the iron. That's why I don't know if anybody else does this, but I love to run my machine full metal mode, because you miss things like this if you're, you know, just listen to everything, listen to the iron. A lot of times when you're in the field, you know, well, Liz, if you hear a lot of nail signals, you might be at a house site, and you'd miss those nail signals if you have discrimination.
Yeah.
So.
I got to say, you know what? That is so true. I was detecting with a friend, and the friend found a beautiful cannon shot. And I ran over it with my detector. And I think I was using the Equinox at that time, but I had like all these filters or like different settings that I
and you weren't even picking it up.
And I swung over it after he dug it, and I didn't even hear it.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. You got to open that machine up. Yeah, it does get annoying sometimes, but you know, that's you know, it is what it is, you know.
Yeah. And Dutch Boy as well just added that when you run it that way, all metal, it adds depth as well.
Yes, it does.
So that's
maybe Dutch Boy could explain that in the chat. That's something I probably should ask Drew about, but because he knows. But anybody else, what does the threshold do on the Equinox? Can anybody explain that? You know what I'm talking about, Rachel, Liz. Sorry, I talked to too many people.
That's all right.
What did you use the threshold on your Equinox? You know, it's the middle setting.
I did, and it would if something was my understanding, and like I said, I could totally be wrong, or that's just my understanding. Maybe somebody in the chat knows, but if I was discriminated too much, and you would hear the something in the threshold that it's like there's something there, and I would usually dig that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was my understanding, is if there's something discriminated, your threshold might just. I don't know. That was just me. I'm no expert, that's for sure.
Yeah,
but
okay, Andy, I didn't know that. Andy says it nulls iron. So is that like when you're hearing that hum, Andy, and you hear that little break in the hum? Does that mean there's an iron piece there? I don't know if he could respond. Yeah, I guess. Okay. So they're explaining. Okay, cool. Thank you.
So Mike, what is next for Mike? What is next for you? Detecting, thrifting. What are you hoping to do in the next little while?
Basically just keep doing what I'm doing. Keep learning the hobby, keep learning, you know, what I need to do for research. And like I said, I do plan to do more thrifting. I plan, of course, I need to keep doing that. It's how I make money. But, you know, I think sometimes I get kind of discouraged easily. I think I need to try to stay positive and just think, you know, it is what it is. Things happen, and, you know, you got to deal with it. So,
yeah, I think that's, I mean, we all get down in the dumps about like our channel or our videos or viewers or whatever, like, and then add on to that, you know, life events and stuff like that. So it's always important to, to try and keep the positivity in your life. And if you don't have any positivity, then go find positivity, whether it's like digging with Aquachigger or whatever. I think that's very, very important.
Yeah, it is very important. It's very important to surround yourself with good people in this hobby too.
Yes.
It can get, you know, a little bit overwhelming. Now I do plan this summer I really want to hit the water hunts a lot. I hope to hunt with Andy from Lost Boys. I invited him on a few hunts last year, but he unfortunately wasn't able to go. And hopefully maybe even Dustin could come along. I've invited him a couple times, but we just haven't had things haven't worked out. Things get busy. I've got 4 kids, so that keeps me busy too.
Yes,
So.
I would think so. Are you on social media at all, Mike? Yeah,
just Facebook. Basically Facebook. I had Instagram for a while. I'm not real big on social media. I don't know, for reasons you probably know what I mean. It's kind of toxic at times, but I mean I do hit my Facebook. I use my Facebook basically just for connections to people. So I can stay connected with friends and family, and I have family in other states, and it's a way that they can see my kids. So that's basically what I, and stuff I find and stuff like that. So
wonderful. Well, Mike, it has been an absolute pleasure talking about not only metal detecting, but thrifting, because I think that is a real great opportunity for people who may not, because of frozen ground in the winter, be able to detect, but they can still go treasure hunting in a thrift store. So I do appreciate all the information that you gave us today.
Yeah, no problem. I really enjoyed having you. The time went really fast.
It always goes fast. Always goes fast. Yeah. Right on. So I invite you all, if this is the first time that you've met Mike, to check out his channel, GR8 Finds, and watch some of his videos. He's got lots of different things going on his channel. Check out his videos, watch a couple of them, leave a comment, and my goodness, definitely subscribe, because that's always a good thing. So
yeah,
right on. Mike, absolutely wonderful.
I hope to dig with you eventually one of these days.
Oh, I hope so. I would love to dig oh my goodness, I would be like thrilled to dig a Civil War bullet with you. Thrilled.
Are you still locked in Canada right now, or can you guys leave?
Well, we are hoping that we're going to take our trailer to somewhere in the States, maybe hit a couple different places in the States in the summer. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, maybe we could hook up with somebody, I mean, Rachel just came in. I want to say hello to her. I just see her pop in. But yeah, hope to see you eventually.
Definitely. Or at an event or something. That would be wonderful.
Yeah, there's an event that I just got an email about that you might be interested in Virginia. That's a small group. I think they allow 150 people. I think it's around 100. I found a lot of Civil War stuff there. I don't know if you'd be interested. I could send you the information on it. It's in Virginia. So
sure,
but
absolutely.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Great.
All right.
Well, Mike, thank you so much for joining. If you do go out detecting today, best of luck.
Thank you. We'll see what happens.
All right. Take care, Mike.
Y'all take care. Yep. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. Wow. Great guest. And like I said, I invite you all to check out Mike's channel. You will not be disappointed. Kind of winding down. I want to thank you all so very much for joining me today. I am trying, next week's show, I am trying to get a guest that will be able to talk to us about the Mine Lab announcement. I'm hoping that we'll be able to talk about the Mine Lab 700, 900, as well as the Manticore. So hopefully that will happen. Otherwise, my goodness, remember to keep it real. And like Mike touched on, if you're feeling kind of down in the dumps about something, whether it's your YouTube channel, anything, remember to surround yourself and seek out positive people, because we all need more positivity in our lives to deal with everything that's going on in the world today. I will see you all next Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for more Coffee with Liz. And until next time, catch you on the flip side.